Hey everybody, hope all of you vapors are doing well out there. This is just going to be hopefully a short interview, and my camera will hold out and not overheat and cut off. I want to give a shout out to Mike at Veterans Vapers in Ashland, Virginia. He has graciously provided me with a Subox mini starter kit, and I am so impressed with it I wanted to do a short review of it. Okay, it's a starter kit. It's 50 watts. It comes in colors black and white. Okay, very nice packaging. KangerTech makes very good quality products. And as you can see, we have here, it's got a list of contents that come in the package. And before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of it, I just wanted to show you real quick some of the accessories and things that come with it. And we have a USB charging cord, excuse me. Okay. We have a screwdriver and an extra coil and several extra post screws for the rebuildable atomizer it has, which is very cool. We have some Japanese cotton that comes with it as well. Okay, and it comes with two pre-built coils. One of them is a 1.5 ohm coil, and the other, which is installed in the tank, is a 0.5 ohm coil. And these are rebuildable. If you do a search on YouTube, they have videos that show you how to rebuild these. Actually, these weren't necessarily designed to be rebuilt very easily or conveniently, but it can be done, and I might do a video on that in sometime in the future. Also, what comes with the Subox mini starter kit are the two coils that I mentioned, and also a rebuildable atomizer. It's also a coil, but it is designed to be rebuilt. Okay, if you can see in there, you see it's got a little coil. The cotton's not in there yet. It hasn't been wicked. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. The housing, the sleeve on this coil, there's a screw here. You can loosen up and take this sleeve off, enabling you to have easier access to the post that you need to install your coil to. All right, so this is very nice. Some of the Subtanks, you know, Kanger Subtanks come with this, but this is an awesome starter kit for someone just starting out in you know, vaping. This is an ideal kit for them. It comes with a nice instruction manual. It actually has some directions on how to rebuild or how to build the RBA coil. Okay, very nice. Good documentation. Of course, it comes with you know, the authentic, you know, has the authenticity marks and all of that with it. Okay, and here we have a chart that gives you a basic recommendation of the two pre-built coils that are with it, the 0.5 ohm and the 1.5 ohm, and it is really what they have listed here is depending on the VG percentage of your juice. They are recommending that you set it at a certain wattage. Okay, so that's also included with the kit. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. This is the battery, the mod itself. I've already pre-installed a battery. It will fire a 0.3 ohm coil up to like a 1.3 or 3 ohm coil. But really people will be more interested into how low of a resistance it will fire, and that is 0.3. It goes from 7 watts up to 50 watts. Okay, you have your up down buttons, you have your fire button. Okay, it has a USB port for charging, which is a great deal. Very cool. It has a magnetic battery cover, which is very nice. You don't have to unscrew any screws that could possibly be lost very easily. So this is a nice design. I've already installed the battery I have here. Okay, and it's got, as far as the aesthetics, it's got a nice laser cut design in the battery cover, if you can see that here, and you can see the battery through there. Okay, 510 connection. All right, it's got a nice logo or whatever on here, silk screened, or whatever you would call that they put on there. All right, so that's the mod. Okay, now it comes with the KangerTech Subtank. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I think it looks to be about like a 4 milliliter, maybe 4.5 milliliter reservoir. All right, comes with a detachable drip tip. Very nice. And we'll take it apart here just to give you a quick rundown. All right, you would take it apart as I did. Fill the reservoir up to the top of the metal tube there, the little nipple. All right. The replaceable coils, they just screw into the base. This is the 0.5 ohm coil. Again, like I said, these aren't really necessarily designed to be rebuilt, but they can be by someone who likes to tinker. And like I said, you can look up videos on YouTube and it shows how it's done. Okay, the base and the replaceable coil just screws into the base there. All right. And this is a glass tube tank, so no problems there with running high citrus or excuse me, cinnamon type juices. It won't fog the glass the tank up. All right, it's got nice airflow. It has 3 settings: small, medium, and full open for your airflow. And be mindful, if you do take this base apart, it has a small ball bearing in there, and it sort of clicks into place at the 3 positions. So if you take the base apart, there's a possibility, if you're not careful, that you might drop or lose the little ball bearing in there that enables that click action. It sort of locks it in place. And the airflow, it's on both sides, okay, with the 3 settings. Okay, and you know, it's a nice looking tank. I will fill the tank up here shortly and show you how it vapes. Just want to give you an idea of how it looks. Okay, very nice unit. Very nice setup for someone, for a veteran vapor or a beginner vapor. You know, the kit comes with everything except for the battery, an 18650 size battery that you would have to purchase. But once you purchase the battery, or actually in a spare, I would recommend purchasing a spare battery. You can charge it with the USB port. You don't need a special charger for the battery itself. You can charge it right in the mod. Okay, and I want to say a couple of words about, since they're calling this a starter kit. A lot of people that are new or inexperienced vapors, they walk into a vape shop and they say, oh, well, I don't want to spend a lot of money, whatever. And I look at it this way. If you're a smoker and you smoke cigarettes and you smoke a pack a day or a half a pack a day or more, I would consider you to be a moderate to above a half a pack, considered a heavy smoker. All right, so if you're a half a pack a day, you're spending almost $100 a month in cigarettes. Now, to these people, these people new to vaping that don't want to invest a lot of money, hey, if you invest that close to that amount of money in a nice vaporizer setup, you will quit smoking. You will be satisfied with your vaporizer. A lot of people buy the little pen vapes, a cheap tank for it, and they give it a try, and if they decide that the vaping is going to work for them to help them to quit smoking, they will inevitably be back in a vape shop within a month, month and a half, maybe even sooner, to buy a more efficient, better vaporizing system. Okay? So they end up, spending more and more money. So this Subox Mini starter kit is very reasonably priced. It comes with everything you need except for the 18650 battery. Okay? For what you pay, if you're a moderate to heavy smoker, for what you pay in a month's time on cigarettes, you can buy this starter kit, and it will work for you. It will satisfy the sensation, the urge, whatever, the addiction that you have to smoking. It will produce enough vapor. It's small. It's got a good battery life with an 18650. I would use a high milliamp hour rated battery with a high amperage discharge rate. That's just my preference. That's what I would use. Now, again, if you invest the money that you would spend in smoking in a month in a nice vaporizer setup, you will be satisfied. You will have a vaporizing, personal vaporizer setup, rig, whatever you want to call it, that will satisfy you, that will get you to quit smoking cigarettes. Now, let me mention also, if you're looking to quit smoking cigarettes, that's the top priority. You have to want to quit smoking. Okay? Number two, you have to have a nice, efficient vaporizing system, vaporizer and tank, or whatever type of atomizer you're going to use, that will satisfy that craving for a cigarette. Okay? That's two things. You got to want to quit smoking. You need a decent vaporizer, and just look at it as investing what you would invest in smoking in a month, invested in a nice vaporizer. Okay? The third thing I would suggest to people is to find a juice, and you might have to vape a few different flavor juices, but you want to find a juice that will very much help you to quit smoking. You want a flavor that prompts you to want that flavor of juice rather than to fire up a cigarette. Okay, if you bought this starter kit and you were smoking, say, a pack a day, and you bought this starter kit and you found a pretty decent juice, you know, any of the vape shops will let you try their the different flavors, you know, and it might take you a couple of different flavors before you find the one that you prefer day in and day out. But you give that a try for a week, and if you still have an urge, which most people do, you know, to want to light up a cigarette, well, you'll find when you light that cigarette up that it tastes nasty and you don't want anything to do with it. You will have an urge to want to smoke a cigarette for probably 1 to 2 months, possibly a little longer. But don't give in to that urge. If you have a nice vaporizer that produces the amount of vapor that satisfies you, that gives you that cloud when you exhale that you see and that satisfies you, the flavor of the juice that you like a lot, that is going to prevent you from wanting to smoke another cigarette. Okay, so I'm going to fill the tank up and I'll show you all how it vapes in just a minute. And like I said, hey, think about it. Don't stick with the cheap pin-style batteries. If you're smoking a half a pack or more a day, that is not going to satisfy you. You need something more. You need a better vaporizer. And I highly recommend, I've been vaping for 2 years. The Subox Mini, this is great. I wish it had been available when I started vaping. I bought one myself, again, from Veterans Vapers in Ashland, Virginia, from Mike, and I certainly do appreciate it. You know, I'm a veteran vapor, been vaping for over 2 years now, and I bought this to use as my personal vaporizer, one of them that I have. Okay, so I'll be right back and I'll fill the tank up and we'll take it from there. I'll show you some vapor production. Appreciate you watching, and I'm going to splice this video together with the one I'm going to show filling the tank and taking the vaporizer, so I'll be right back. Alright, here we are back again. I've filled the tank up with about 3.5 milliliters of fluid, juice, and I've got the setting set at 25 watts. It's the 0.5 ohm coil that's in here right now, and I'll do a couple of vapes to show you how it vapes. Again, I'm very impressed with this Subox Mini starter kit. Comes with everything you need except the battery. The batteries are inexpensive. You can charge it with the USB port. So anyway, here we go. Here is a vape at 25 watts, and it's a fairly high percentage, probably like 65% or 70% VG juice. So here we go, 25 watts. That's a very nice vape. Now I'm going to turn it up to, let's go for, hell, I'm going to go up to 50 watts. This is 50 watts with the 0.5 ohm coil that comes with the tank and the starter kit. Okay, so here we go at 50 watts. Very nice vape, very nice. You know, if this had been available when I started vaping, even though I haven't smoked for 2 years, the first day I started using a vaporizer, was the last day that I smoked a cigarette. But this is worth the investment. Again, like I said, if you take the money that you would invest smoking half a pack a day and take the money that you would invest in cigarettes in a month and purchase this, and you want to quit smoking, you will quit smoking and you will be satisfied with your vape. Okay? Again, I want to thank Mike at Veterans Vapors in Ashland, Virginia for providing this for me. I did buy it, but thank you for being a local shop, and I appreciate that. Oh, and by the way, I do have the airflow adjustment all the way open. Okay, that's the airflow I like. That's the way I like to vape. One more for the road. An awesome vape. Thanks for watching the video. I hope y'all learned something. I hope somebody learned something from it. Vape on and vape strong.